Salutations everyone! Welcome back to another video. Today's video is about routines. I am pleased to present it to you, so without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So, what is a routine? A routine can best be described as a sequence of actions or tasks carried out regularly, or basically just being something you do without thinking about it daily.
Like brushing your teeth, or checking your phone, making coffee, or pooping.
Now we can ask, are routines good? Are they bad? And what do we do with them? Or what can they do for us?
Like with many things, all routines can have their pros and cons. From my own experience, here are a few of both. So I'll start with the pros first, and the first one is time management. Having things locked down in an effective way can free up a lot of extra time. Whether it be how you start your day, how you end it, or anything in between, being able to complete a set number of tasks in an effective way can lead to spare time that can be used for other tasks or things throughout your day that might require that extra effort and time. Like driving to work through traffic.
Move it, Grandma!
Next is habits. So if you already have a good routine or two, then developing a new habit could be easier by incorporating into a routine that's already perfected, or good enough. If a routine is a sequence of actions, then a habit would be one action or one task within the sequence. So to make it easier, if you're only adopting one piece to this sequence, it's easier to put that piece in any place that you need it to be rather than trying to fit a whole bunch of them at once. So adopting one new habit can be a lot easier when you have a good routine.
Such as adding one fruit to your breakfast, packing your gym bag when you get your clothes out for the day, changing the air or heat before you leave, or even just waking up a little bit earlier.
A smaller advantage to having a good routine is that it takes your stress levels down a little. If you have a good routine, then you don't really spend a lot of time thinking on stuff that's already routine. Your body's just used to doing it.
So instead of thinking, oh, I have to do this and that, or what do I do first, or how do I go about doing this, a good routine will free up that mental clutter. Your body gets used to the order of things and acts on its own, saving you the headache of planning it all out and therefore eliminating some stress.
So, last but most importantly, at least to me, is sleep. Now, I was diagnosed with insomnia at the age of 15 and I've had to struggle with that on and off all the time. Insomnia is a sleep disorder classified as being the inability to sleep due to what is most commonly overstimulation of some sort. For me, mine is stress triggered and has two main effects on me. The first main effect is hypersensory overload. This is where every sight, sound, smell, movement, everything is constantly perceived at 10 times the norm. I can hear a dog barking 10 roads over and it sounds like it's right next to my head, and it just frustrates me to no end. Now, the sick joke about this, of course, is that the stress-triggered insomnia leads to a lack of sleep, which leads to more stress, which leads to more insomnia, which leads to less rest, and so on and so on and so on. And the cycle continues. So it's very, very difficult to break out of. Now, second experience that I have with my insomnia is thought rush, or essentially an overwhelming flood of thoughts, ideas, daydreams, concepts, flashbacks, just a whole bunch of mental activity going on at what is like 1,000 a minute, it seems. So this amount of rushing thoughts can cause time distortion, essentially being when you feel as though it's been hours and hours when it's only been minutes at best. Obviously, that itself is also a living hell and can lead to frustration and cue the cycle from before. So, now of course, I have tried a lot of other things, but nothing has worked quite as well as having a really good sleep routine. Medications all had too many side effects, and I tried working out late in the evenings, which is fine on most occasions. I would say that's probably the second best I could recommend, but working out in a physical activity just tires your physical body, and if you're suffering with like type 2 especially, your brain is what's most active anyway, so there's not much you can do to tire that out doing physical activity. You'll just be sitting there, and then you'll be sitting there alone with your thoughts. So anyway, what's helped me the best has been my sleep routine, and it might seem dumb, it might seem stupid, but let's take a closer look at my sleep routine, and then we'll see if that can be applied to your life and if it's going to help you at all as well.
Like with many things in life, the key to success is consistency. So, making sure that you follow the routine the same way, even if you struggle at first, the repetition will help. My sleep routine starts when I begin brushing my teeth in the evening. This signals my body that it is time for shutdown mode. Often after this, I will do any bathroom business I have left to do to help prevent me from waking up in the middle of the night. I also make sure that the room is pretty dark beforehand. Occasionally, I'll use a nightlight of some sort, but for the most part, as of lately, I have not. So, after brushing teeth and making sure the room is dark, I go ahead and get into bed. Once I am in bed, I immediately roll to my left side. This is my preparation side. As long as I'm on this side, I allow myself between 10 to 15 minutes to check messages, emails, Instagram, or watch some silly videos. Watching something that makes me laugh really helps get a good night's sleep.
What are you doing? That's not how you eat a banana.
Finally, at the end of all that, I'll put my phone up, turn the light out, and roll to my right side. This is sleep side. Thanks to this simple routine, my brain and body knows that this side means it's time to go to sleep. And usually, within a few minutes after rolling over onto this side, if I have done the routine properly and nothing else is causing any added stress, about 2 minutes and I will be completely asleep.
But this is not to say that every routine is perfect or easy. So there are a few cons, and let's take a look at those.
So some cons with routines start with the fact that a lot of it can be boring. Most people let the routines define their day-to-day and let it end up being a boring part of their mundane existence, going from day in and out, doing the same thing after the same thing after the same, and you get it. The next con is trying to develop a routine can actually cause stress. Most people, when they get the inspiration to correct or develop a routine, then try to start a whole set rather than just starting with one habit at a time. This overload becomes difficult to remember and maintain, so most people get stressed and abandon it completely. Also, as I just mentioned, it can be difficult, which is the last con. Whether it be because of the habit you are trying to develop and add in, or just the timing or remembering, a lot of people can have a lot of trouble with just this one part.
So routines have their place. I have mine. I try to improve on them as often as I can. And let me know what some of your routines are and if anything in this video has helped you at all. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to check out the Instagram for some cool photos and stuff that I do on the side. And as always, stay tuned.
Thanks for watching.